Hello, I'm Mr. Johnson, and welcome back to my course on business studies. This is Unit 1, Understanding Business Activity, Section 2, Classification of Businesses, and Lesson 1, Economic Sectors. First, we have the basis of business classification. Businesses are classified into economic sectors based on the type of activities they undertake. The primary sector is involved in extracting and producing raw materials. The secondary sector is involved in manufacturing and construction of goods, and the tertiary sector is involved in providing services. Businesses in the primary sector extract natural resources from the earth, such as crops, minerals, and oil. Examples can include farms, mines, and fishing companies. Businesses in the secondary sector turn raw materials into finished products. Examples include car manufacturing factories, construction companies, and clothing factories. Businesses in the tertiary sector provide services to customers. Examples include banks, hospitals, and retail stores. It's important to note that in recent years there's been a shift in economic activities from primary to secondary sector to tertiary sector, as more and more companies are providing services and less are actually working with the raw materials or manufacturing the products. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the three economic sectors more in depth. There on the screen you have the basic information we just covered about the primary sector, but businesses in the primary sector are often referred to as primary industries. They're considered the foundation of the economy as they produce the raw materials that are used to produce the goods and services of the secondary and tertiary sectors. So some examples of primary industries include agriculture, fishing, mining, logging, hunting and gathering. So the primary sector does play an important role in the economy as it provides the materials that are used to produce the goods and services of the secondary and tertiary sectors. So without the primary sector, we don't have the other two. However, it does also have some negative impacts, such as environmental degradation, depletion of natural resources, and the displacement of indigenous communities, including people and wildlife. The secondary sector of the economy is the part of the economy that is involved in the manufacturing and construction of goods. So this includes activities such as assembling cars, building houses, making clothes. These activities involve turning raw materials into finished products. And businesses in the secondary sector are often referred to as secondary industries, much like the primary sector and the primary industries. So some of the secondary industries include manufacturing, making cars, appliances, electronics, textiles, construction, taking raw materials, making roads, bridges, buildings, and other physical structures, and energy production, taking those raw materials such as gas, coal, and oil, and making electricity, and then moving that electricity to the tertiary sector, where they sell that electricity to the people. The secondary sector also creates jobs and income for people, and it contributes to the economic growth and development of the country. However, the secondary sector also can have negative impacts, such as pollution and the depletion of resources. The tertiary sector of the economy is the part of the economy that is involved in providing services. This includes activities such as banking, healthcare, education, and retail. These activities involve providing services to customers rather than producing physical goods. Businesses in the tertiary sector are often referred to as service industries. So some of these examples include financial services such as banking, insurance, investment, healthcare, hospitals, clinics, and private doctors, retail such as supermarkets, department stores, and even online retailers. Education includes schools, colleges, universities, transportation and logistics, so airlines, shipping companies, trucking, and delivery services like DoorDash. Professional services include accounting, legal services, consulting services, and then tourism and hospitality, such as hotels, restaurants, and travel agencies. So the tertiary sector also creates jobs and income for people, just like the secondary, and it creates economic growth. It also plays an important role in innovation, research, and development, as well as creating a more efficient and effective economy. The importance of business classification can change over time due to a variety of factors, particularly in the context of developed and developing economies. In developed economies, the primary and secondary sectors tend to become less important over time as the economy matures and shifts towards a service-based economy. This is because as a country becomes more developed, the demand for raw materials and manufactured goods decreases as people have more disposable income to spend on services. Additionally, as technology improves, it becomes more efficient to extract and produce raw materials, which leads to more competition, and the cost of goods decreases, which also leads to a decrease in the importance of the primary and secondary sectors. In developing economies, the primary sector tends to be more important as the economy is growing and there is a greater demand for raw materials to support economic development. As economies develop, the secondary sector becomes more important as well, as there is a greater demand for manufactured goods and infrastructure. In addition, as economies develop, the tertiary sector becomes more important as the people are able to afford services such as healthcare and education. Globalization also plays an important role in changing the importance of business classification. It allows companies to outsource their manufacturing to other countries where labor is cheaper, which can make the secondary sector less important in developed economies and more important in developing economies. That concludes our lesson on economic sectors in terms of primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next lesson, classifying business enterprises between private sector and public sector in a mixed economy. And thank you for watching.